She was actually very supportive when that stuff happened with that person you don't want to talk about. So yeah, I liked her. She was very nice.
No, we can talk about it.
Jackie, child, you know who I'm talking about? The person everybody always talking about. Why I keep talking about her? Jackie, the devil, honey.
Y'all, it's Oliver Twixt here, the head nerd in charge. Your nerd boy cutie, always reporting for duty to do the Lord's work once again. And we are back with another Twixt exclusive from one of my favorite shows of all time, Married to Medicine. Now, a lot of you guys who are fans of Married to Medicine, Real Housewives, may not be as familiar with my previous reality TV content on YouTube, so let me catch you up. I'm a nosy bitch, okay? I'm not an interviewer, but I claim proudly the title of being a nosy bitch who knows how to ask the right questions. Finding much success in talking about reality TV shows such as America's Next Top Model and Jocelyn's Cabaret, amongst many others. And so we are here continuing our deep dive on Married to Medicine. Okay, we already spoke to Audra, and now we are on to someone who I am very excited to speak to today because I know she's gonna tell me what she fucking think. Oh my God, yes. I'm talking to Buffie Purselle from season 7 of Married to Medicine. She was a friend of the show, may I say, probably the most iconic friend of the show behind Mariah Huck. Okay, because we do know they regulated Mariah, the friend of the show, for like 4 seasons in a row. That's a whole other video. But one of the most iconic friends to ever grace the Married to Medicine screen, Buffie Purselle, is here in the classroom to chop it up with me as we do a deep dive on her time on Married to Medicine. Listen, her time. And what a time it was and still is, because y'all know, of course, I'm going to ask the question of what the fuck is going on right now. I'm excited at the same time, very afraid of what I'm getting myself into, but I serve a good God who gives us new mercies every day. And so within the next 24 hours, it'll be okay. Without further ado, listen, guys, she is the author of Crawl Before You Ball, CEO of Mrs. MD, and vice chair of Introducing Youth to American Infrastructure. Guys, welcome to the classroom, Buffie Purselle.
Hi.
I don't want to do this. I think I like this.
You got it.
How you doing today, Buffie? Thank you so much for joining me today.
I'm good. How about you, darling? Thanks for having me.
I am so excited to talk to you.
I'm sure you're gonna ask me some messy questions. I'm ready for them.
Auntie Buffie, how are you doing today, first of all?
Wonderful. And you?
Girl, I can't complain. Today is a great Monday. And we're just going to be glad in it, okay?
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yes. Now, before we get into all of the things we're going to get into, answer us. My first question to you is, how are you doing?
I feel like, what you mean?
How you doing? You know, tell us how you doing.
I'm great. I'm wonderful. You know, my life is, I live a soft life. I have a great husband. I'm retired. She retired at 41 years old. So I can't complain. I have a great life. I'm very happy.
How is your husband?
It's very kind of you.
Oh, no, you're so welcome. I mean, I feel like if I'm going to get up all in your business, the least I can do is ask you how you doing.
Take me out to dinner first, right?
Yes. How's your husband doing? We haven't seen him in a while. Of course, the majority of us saw him on the show. How's he doing?
He's amazing, super busy. He's running his clinical research business and his psychiatric practice. And now he's helping me with our weight loss business. So he's super busy and happy.
Tell me this right quick, because I see a lot of doctors getting into the weight loss business. What's going on with that field? Has it become very lucrative right now?
I mean, yeah. I mean, most Americans are obese. I was a morbidly obese American and decided a year and a half ago that I wanted to make a change in my life. And with these GLP-1 agonist medications like Ozempic, Zepbound, Wegovy, and Manjaro, it's changing people's lives. I mean, I was able to lose 80 pounds in 5 months.
Oh,
And,
wow.
that I had tried every diet before, I had done everything and nothing really worked. And this is really a game changer. It's changing people's lives. So my husband is actually working on his board certification, in obesity medicine.
Oh, I love that.
And we are about to go nationwide. We're licensed in about 12 states now. We're about to get all 50.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. Oh my God, that is so amazing. Sounds like a lot of hard work, right?
Yes, I'm also coming out with my own nutrition, MRSMD nutrition. We're having protein bars, shakes, and detox teas, because when you take GLP-1 agonists, you have to put on at least 60 grams of protein per day. So yes, we are very, very busy.
She's very busy. What's the process like to acquire your own nutritional line of bars and other supplements?
So we visited a lot of places, manufacturing places, and we had our staff taste test, and we came up with the ones that we like the most, and the other ones that we're going to bring out to the market. So yeah, it's also been fun. I got to do like fun photo shoots and stuff because my face will be on each bar. And so it's really cute. I'm excited. It'll be out in the middle of next month.
Congratulations, Buffy.
Thank
That is so
you.
exciting. I can't wait to try it out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Okay, so many of us just know you through the lens of Married to Medicine, season 7, but tell us who Buffy was before we met her on our TV screens years ago.
Sure. I am a serial entrepreneur. I come from a family of tax accountants, third generation, and I left my family's fold and opened up my own tax practice called Buffy the Tax Heiress. We had chandeliers in the office. We give our clients champagne when I had to give them bad news. I wanted it to be very fabulous and not the typical, stressful accounting office during tax season. And I was able to grow that practice to 3 branches in Atlanta and over 5,000 clients, which I
Oh,
was very
wow.
proud of. And I was a licensed health and life insurance agent. I was a licensed mortgage broker, a large licensed commercial mortgage broker as well. And I did everything financial for my clients. It was one-stop shop. You get your taxes done and I help you buy a house. And so it was a
Oh,
very
wow.
fulfilling career for 20 years. And then I sold a couple of my businesses, and then I gave my tax practice to my sister and my nephew to
Oh,
keep the
wow.
generational wealth going in my family. So yeah, and I was a nationally known financial expert. I would often be asked to be on CNN to talk about financial topics, MSNBC and CNBC. So yeah, I was on TV 15 years ago.
I'm jumping ahead of myself a little bit, but hearing everything you just said, to me, sounds like you and Dr. Heavenly should have been the best of friends, because she is one who is an expert on finances, taxes, real estate, all those things. I'm jumping ahead. Did you guys ever connect on that level as businesswomen and finances? Because I know Dr. Heavenly loves a dollar.
No, she didn't give me a chance. I think when I first met Heavenly, I actually liked Heavenly. I enjoyed Heavenly from the show. And like I know that her role is to cut up and create mess, and I understand that. But I think because of what went down with me and her bestie, she just because I honestly, Heavenly and I didn't really have that many problems without Jackie.
Mhm.
And so, she's ride or die broad. And so, there's that. So, yeah. But you're right. Like, if she had given me a chance, Heavenly and I probably could have done some great stuff together business wise.
I must say through her, my eyes and mind have been opened up to the world of finances, real estate, insurance, and just from a person who was once ignorant and still ignorant on so many levels. I feel like she really does like a really, really great job at providing information to other people who don't. And so my hat goes off to anybody like you who also is a Black person, a Black woman, out here in this world trying to help other people in the realms of financial literacy, insurance, real estate, acquiring a home, as I'm trying to do right now. It's a very tedious process. And so I love when I see other people of color also not only participating in that process, but helping other people make their experience a little bit better.
Yeah, no, kudos to her for that. She should do a little more of it for free. I'll say that. Like I do.
Because I've been her social media manager and content creator on and off for a couple years. She does have like the free webinars on YouTube. Yeah.
Well,
that's free.
Good for Heavenly.
So hearing you speak just now, I so remember them talking about your taxes on the show. Before I go to my next question, do you feel like the show showcased you in that light as a professional, educated woman who had accomplished so much, in the business world? I do remember them talking about your taxes a couple of times and you owning these like different companies and branches and stuff like that. But in your opinion, do you feel like they showcased you in that light?
As a friend of the show, I think they really did. Honestly, I mean, they talked about my family background. They showed my grandmother. Like, it really was given. I was full cast, not a friend, because I don't remember any other friend of the show that they did full packages like that for, or who had as many interviews as I had, or was on 14 out of 15 episodes. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to say they didn't do that. They did do that.
Yeah.
And they filmed at my office. So.
Which is a plus, and they aired it, so that's really good.
Yep. With my sign and my business, so yeah.
Yeah, because Bravo get to cutting it out. Some things don't always make the final episode, but they'll film at people's things and they don't make it. So that's really good that yours made it.
Yeah.
How have you been able to build your social media to the level that you have? As I've of course heard your name and seen your content on social media, even before the most recent wave, I went and clicked on it one time. I was like, oh, Buffy got it going on over here on the internet streets, on the TikTok, on the Instagram, on the YouTube, multi-platforms underneath her belt of hundreds of thousands, millions probably combined at this point of followers.
Yeah, it's 1 million now.
Views and all this. How were you able to build your social media to the level that you do? Because the girls hire me to do it for them, and that I have done, but you have done it yourself. Tell me your secrets, because I may need to come to your class.
No, I'm just myself, and I invest in good technology, like you do. We give the good lighting. We, use the proper, we're not just putting our cell phone in our face and, doing whatever and expecting to be overnight success on social media. Right. That part. I do my research, and I may, if SEO is involved, I'm going to do the research and make sure I'm using the right keywords and doing all the things. And I was able to build YouTube during the time when YouTube shorts were big. So I was creating shorts for YouTube about finances, about celebrity finances. And that was like overnight, I was like, dog, I grew like 50,000 in like 2 months subscribers. And then before I knew it, I was over 100,000. So yeah, I just ride the waves. I do the research and put the good content out there.
I absolutely love you right now. You are speaking to my social media content creator heart. When I hear you say you are a person, a celebrity, a person who's been on TV who has invested in equipment. I have worked with many of them. And one of my biggest, let's just say one of my biggest tips to all of them is invest in good equipment. When you're on reality TV, especially popular reality TV shows, as some of my clients have been on various ones, you naturally get a baked in audience who's going to click on your stuff no matter what. However, what separates you on social media as a celebrity is putting in that extra work, and getting good equipment is a part of that. Look at Candy Burris. Everybody.
Oh, yeah, she's killing the game. Candy's, she's doing it. Yeah, she's doing it.
Even if you aren't doing it to that level, look at your level of just the quality and the crispness. Look at people like Sierra from Love and Hip Hop. These are people who are on these big shows, but put in the work to make sure that their content on social media looks good. And it only helps you make more money. Trust me, it does.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of them, they look at it like, oh, I don't want to spend this money on this camera. I don't want to do that. No, if you spend the money on the camera, first of all, you're going to use it and you're going to get the money back, because if people see that you care about your content, they're going to care about your content.
Right. And you can deduct it on your taxes. So it's a win-win situation. Hey.
I also want to point out another thing you just said too about how you took advantage of shorts. I tell people all the time, when you guys get those emails from TikTok or Facebook or Instagram where they are rolling out a new feature, or you see a little thing, click on it and actually engage it. As someone who works now with Meta and creating content for Facebook, the biggest thing that they stress is when we roll out a new feature, we want people to engage it, because that's how you can naturally grow your content, because their platform is going to support the new feature. So I'm so happy to hear you say you took advantage of the shorts and that aided into your success on YouTube. I love that.
Yeah. And like on TikTok, everybody was like, you're too old to be on TikTok. And I got on TikTok early. And I was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. And, you know, I can't dance worth a lick. But baby, I was trying to do them dances. And, you know, now I'm investing. I'm starting to do the horizontal video, because that's the thing they're pushing out on TikTok. So like, yeah, you read the emails, do your homework, follow the instructions.
I love that. Okay, so you are this successful businesswoman who's married to a physician. How did you become involved in Married to Medicine? And we've heard Mariah say in interviews, especially the most recent one she did surrounding Married to Medicine, that she was not a part of your casting. However, she did give you your kudos. So tell us, how did you become involved with the show?
I love Mariah. She and I are good friends. I had lunch with her 2 weeks ago. So yeah, a casting agent reached out to me, and they had reached out to me years before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They had reached out to me years before, and my husband didn't want to do it because he was the director over the psychiatric unit at the Atlanta VA hospital, and he just felt like it would be, you know, it wouldn't go, because he had a very, you know, type of job. He wasn't in private practice, and so didn't end up doing it. But they reached out to me. He'd been in private practice, and so he was like, if you want to do it, you know, you can do it. And I, you know, my expectation was I was just going to be Simone's friend. And what I had seen in the past was, when you're a friend of the show, you know, you just show up and maybe you get a little line in or whatever, but you're a supporting role. You're not like having storylines or multiple storylines. So I didn't think it was going to be that big a deal. But baby, they had another idea for my black ass.
So you're saying that your intended role for this show was to always be a friend of?
Well, no, I mean, you know, it was my first season, so I was going to be a friend. And I thought, you know, I would dip my toe in, get the feel of it. I had never done an ensemble show before. I had done another show on CNBC, but it was a business show. It was like The Apprentice, but you know, the CNBC version years before that. And so that's totally different than an ensemble cast show with women, you know what I mean? And so I thought, you know, I come on here and, you know, I'll just be a friend and I can, you know, see if I like it. No, I was thrown in. I was thrown in head first and filmed every day them broads filmed. And I did not have that expectation and was unprepared.
Okay. Buffy, you are funny. Just clarify for me, when you were speaking to the production, was it like, hey, we're putting you on the cast to see if you're going to be a main cast member?
No, they never said that. No,
okay.
They never said that.
So
what
did they say?
No, they said that I was going to be Simone's friend, which was fine.
Got you. Okay.
You know, I'm okay with crawling before I ball. You get what I'm saying? I have to dip my toe in, honey.
Get the book.
Learn it right. And learn this, you know, this world before I just jump right in. But I think once I got on the show and things, you know, happened and they saw that my life was in fact interesting, they decided to film me a lot more. And the executive producer that season was in love with me. He just was a sweetie pie, Darren, even though he did messy stuff. And Darren just wanted me to be in everything. He was like, I came to the first episode and I remember showing up to Heavenly's, I called it parking lot party because it was in the parking lot and it was cold. And it was outside of Damon's studio. Sorry, it's true. It was. And so I remember Eugene, who I love, he was like, who the hell are you and how are you here already? Like, they never let friends show up on the first, like, and I was like, oh, I had no basis for, you know, I didn't know. And so, yeah. And so they then later in the season, when they did the cast photos, they invited me for cast photos.
Oh, wow.
And so at that point, I thought, oh, well, they're going to make me main cast. But that didn't happen. And we kind of all know why, but go ahead.
I don't know why.
Child, stop.
I promise you, I do not. I promise you, I do not.
Jesus or Jackie.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that, as I call her, I like to call her Dr. Martin Luther Jackie Walters?
Mm-hmm.
She stopped you from being a main cast member on the show? Is that what you're saying?
Probably, but the reality is I didn't give them the opportunity. They, because after the reunion, I was so angry that I had my attorneys contact them and say that I would not be returning. So it was fine. And then Bravo was like, well, you don't really get to say that, and you have to wait until, your contract runs out and all this other crap. And so, yeah, it was a thing. But no, I think she did. If I had wanted to, I bet I wouldn't have been able to. I'll just say that.
Okay, we're going to get into you and Dr. Jackie a little bit later. A little bit later. My heart honestly isn't ready right now. I'm just going to be straight up.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell it.
My nerves can't take it right now, so I need to ease myself into it, okay?
Come on in, crawl, honey. Crawl before we get into that.
I want to crawl before I ball so I don't fall, all right?
Right.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next segment of our interview, which is roll call, where I name everyone who was a cast member or affiliated with your season of Married to Medicine, and you tell me some of the first things that come to your brain, whether it is good, ugly, bad, or indifferent. Feel free to tell us your feelings, which I don't think we're gonna have a problem with. Also, you're welcome to share behind the scenes moments, whatever comes to your brain. This is the point of roll call to share with us. Are you ready? Okay, we're gonna start off a little light. Carrie Wells, did you two ever bump into each other while filming? Because I know she was like in and out that season. Did you guys ever have any interactions?
Yeah, I met her. Normal white lady.
Not normal white lady. What is a normal white lady?
I mean, nothing extravagant or extra fabulous or anything that made me be like, oh, I would like to hang with her. In fact, she's a regular white woman.
Even with the accent.
I grew up in Germany. I spent my childhood traveling to many countries, full of stamps in my passport. So that doesn't impress me. I'm not easily impressed.
She's Deutsch.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
I like it. Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit, right. Me too, honey. Just a little bit too. I won't go get too carried away. Next on the list, I believe she was also like a reoccurring friend on this season, but she was also there. Dr. Jared.
Lovely, kind, friendly, snazzy dresser. She was actually very supportive when that stuff happened with that person you don't want to talk about. So yeah, I liked her. She was very nice.
No, we can talk about it.
Jackie, child, you know who I'm talking about, the person everybody always talking about why I keep talking about her. Jackie, the devil, honey.
Why you say her name like that?
Huh?
Why you say her name like that? Oh my God. Why do you think Dr. Jared was not casted as a main cast member on the show? Because she had been around for like 3 seasons, and there was like one season I feel like they really involved her, but then they just kind of let her go.
She was too quiet. She was cute and mute. That's what Mariah called her. Cute and mute. She didn't jump in there. Like you could see, like me, I'm a very confident person. And even on that first episode you saw, I was like, child, what the hell you brought me, Simone? These folks fighting and you can't be calling people husbands a B. I went after, like, you have to jump in the mix, in the mix with the Twix. But you got to jump in the mix. And I think she's just a sweet person, and her spirit, that wasn't for her. She ain't evil like us.
Next on the list is Mariah Huq. I want to say this about Mariah Huq before you say anything about Mariah Huq. I've only met Mariah Huq twice in life. I met Mariah Huq when I was Funky Dineva's assistant while I was still in college, child. I think they had a season 4 premiere party. Whichever premiere party they had at the hotel, I met Mariah Huq. So sweet. Months later, she was at Atlantic Station with her husband and her family, and I was walking across the little green lawn. She literally I was hearing somebody call my name. She's like, Oliver, Oliver. And I turned around. It was her. She waved me down. I walked over there. I walked over to her. She gave me a hug. She talked to me for a little bit. Was so sweet. We've been social media friends. She's, shouted me out here and there. She's been so sweet. I can't speak to anything else that people say about it because I wasn't there. I don't know. But in the 2 times I met the lady, she's been everything.
Misunderstood. Beautiful soul, beautiful in person, beautiful inside and out. Don't get it twisted. She's a businesswoman and a boss, but unfortunately, people tend to call businesswomen bitches and think that when you are a Black woman in business and you're being strategic, that's conniving. No, that's what the white boys do. Trust and believe. And she does. She's, she created the damn show, and I just never understood why all the other girls, and whatever. I've heard all the mess, whatever, with contracts and all this. Them white boys did that to y'all. So why you mad at the Black girl who created the show and put you on did it? It's like, get over it. At some point, let her have her flowers, because none of us would know any of them if not for the Mariah Huck. That's what I'm gonna say.
To be devil's advocate, I've heard, of course, I've been around the group and things, as well as other people who've also been a part, producers, friends, stylists, makeup. I've heard the main complaint with Mariah was always her demeanor of she was in charge. The women needed to bow to her, on set antics and things like that. Did you ever experience any moments like that from her? Or did you see her have those type of moments with other people, whether it be a cast member or a member of production?
No, what I saw was somebody that was abused when I was on the season. I remember we were in Savannah at the cast trip and she had gotten stung by a bee. And I remember her lip was swelling up. And Simone and Jackie just sat there and kept doing their notes. And I was like, do the damn MRCD gotta go get us some Benadryl or the doctor's gonna do something. And I went and they didn't even move. So I don't know what the dark sordid past was, but they all messy. We can all agree to that, right? Everybody's messy. And I understand that if I created a show and the bras that I brought on the show started bowing down to them other folk and not at least giving me my flowers or my due, that I might have a little bit of an attitude about that too. I think it was probably more of that. Like, damn, I put y'all on and y'all switch up. I give you an example. You like behind the scenes stuff, and you're gonna be like, damn, she keep talking about Jackie, but I don't like that old broad. Now listen, get your face.
Because and I'll say it right now. My experience of Dr. Jackie, my experience with her.
You're a thin, gorgeous, healthy Black man.
Well, Dr. Jackie done called me fat a couple times too. Okay.
How?
She done got me together. Okay. I like Dr. Jackie, even with her quirks, because Dr. Jackie will read you, okay? She will get you together real quick. She'll get you real quick. I call it's like one of those little things. You'd be like, girl, what just hit me in my neck? What was that? That's Dr. Jackie, but I like it. And I like what she represents as a Black woman who's educated and a businesswoman and classy. And that's my experience of the lady. But I'm not negating anybody else's, and I would love to hear about yours.
Listen, everybody has their own experience, and that's fine.
Right.
And that was my belief system about Dr. Jacqueline as well before coming on the show. And I remember I had an associate who I asked, because I know she was friends with her when I was actually a CEO for hire for a big clinical research business here in Atlanta before we opened ours. And I told them white folks, y'all need some Black people up in here. You're talking about you want diversity in clinical research, and with Henrietta Lacks and the sordid history with clinical research and people of color and how this industry has mistreated us. You need to have Black doctors in here. And they were like, okay, we're doing a women's study. And I was like, oh, well, I know of this lady. Her name is Dr. Jackie Walters. Let me, ask my friend if she would be interested. And Jackie was interested. And she, I talked to her on the phone and she came for an interview. And I didn't want to be in the interview with her, even though I was CEO for hire for this company, meaning, for a time period until they got somebody else in place. And because I knew I was going to be on the show, so I didn't want it to be weird. So I greeted her in the lobby. I was like, "Hey, Jackie, I'm Buffy." We talked on the phone. She looked at me crazy because I was 180 pounds at that point. And so she went in the meeting, and she didn't know my husband was in the meeting because he was a principal investigator for the company. And they were like, "Well, Buffy thinks we need to have more diversity." And she said, "Who?" And they were like, "The person that recommended you for this $200,000 a year, extra money job for you to show up maybe 1 hour a week." And I didn't like that. Because you get around the white folks and you forget the sister. I don't like that. Like, you ain't need to go in there and kiss my ass, but you can remember my name. You talked to me on the phone. You just saw me. And then you go in there and you act brand new. And so that was my first, I was like, well, darn. Really, Jack? Like, I thought you were like women's empowerment and Black women, but it's cool, whatever. So anyway, she didn't get the job. We gave it to Simone. And Simone still works there.
Maybe she forgot.
In 5 seconds. Stop playing, Oliver. Stop playing with me.
My brain be fucked up too, Buffy.
How many goddamn Black Buffies have you met in your life? My name ain't damn Beatrix or damn Bonnie. It's Buffy. How many chubby Black women named Buffy have you ever met in your life that called you on your phone and said, "Hey, girl, we need to get more Black people in clinical research, and you ain't gonna have to show up but an hour a week and make you an extra 200 grand"? You think you will remember that bitch name? No.
So
that was my introduction to Dr. Jackie.
I got you. Going back to Mariah Huq, you two seem to click. And as we just heard you say, you guys are still close. What is it that you believe led to you guys being so close to each other and being able to develop a friendship while on the show and even since then?
We're both in interracial marriages, which is very complex.
Mm-hmm.
We both are strong business women. And Mariah and I are we're sensitive about our shit. Strong-willed. I'm a Capricorn, and people are always like, "Why you always talking?" I'm a Capricorn. And so if you do me wrong, I ain't gonna never forget. Just not gonna forget. It's just what Capricorns do. And so I think she was immediately kind to me, but I noticed that she did stay away, and she's now explained to me why, because she didn't want the others to not like me, and she also didn't want to influence me with the others. She wanted me to meet everybody and give everybody things. So yeah. And everybody thought Mariah was in the background, like saying, "Do this, do that." No. And it's like, again, I'm not, people can't control me. And anybody who knows me should know that I'm my own person with my own thoughts and feelings. And she never did that. She really stayed. She never said anything negative about anybody else. Now, honey, it's a different story, but I ain't on the show. But when I was there, no, she didn't do that. She really didn't.
Pack your bags because you are invited to the Twixt Takeover in the Dominican Republic, hosted by your favorite nerd, Oliver Twixt, from October 10th to the 14th, 2024. It's a 5-day all-inclusive stay at one of the finest 5-star resorts in Punta Cana, Hotel Rio Republica All-Inclusive Resort. Treat yourself to a luxury stay with beach access, fine dining, unlimited food and drinks, on-site attractions, spa amenities, and daily activities hosted by myself and my other co-hosts. This also includes a free masterclass on business, content creation, and social media marketing. And yes, everything is included. All you have to do is book your flight and show up. Now it's only a $100 deposit to lock in the early bird rate before the price goes up. Go to www.twitchtrip.com right now to book your package to lock in the early bird rate. See you there.
She didn't do that. She really didn't.
Oh, wow. Next on the list is Dr. Simone.
I loved Simone. I fell in love with Simone. I fell in love with Cecil. I fell in love with her kids, her family. I love how loud she is because I'm loud. I feel like when you smart and you got interesting shit to say, you can be loud. I think she's really smart. I saw her as a doctor, in the professional capacity, because I had found a lump in my breast, which was real. That wasn't staged for the show. It happened. And I had asked her to check it out. And then production found out however they find out. It was like, can we film it? And I was like, fine. And her bedside manner was fantastic. She made me feel so comfortable, and she was so lovely. And then, you know, she's a great doctor, but she just was not a good friend to me. That was all.
Dr. Simone.
Yeah.
So, because her support of you on season 7, at least what seemed to be her support to us watching it on season 7, is arguably one of the earliest and most visible signs that her friendship with Dr. Jackie was deteriorating. But now hearing you say you don't feel like she was a good friend, expound a little bit more on that journey. Because it looked like on the show she was on your side and trying to get Jackie to understand where you were coming from. So just catch us up on all that.
I think Simone has a good heart, and she was on my side, but she was also on the side of Jackie because she knew that wasn't a good look. And for Jackie professionally. And I think production was probably like, you need to get, because Jackie wasn't like, people are like, I kept asking Jackie for an apology. I never asked Jackie for an apology. I never even brought it up to Jackie. They forced me to bring it up to her in Cabo. That was the first time that I said, I didn't see Jackie. We weren't contemporaries. She's my mother's age. No shade. I mean, I'm in my 40s. Let's just keep it real, right? And she didn't like me because I was 180 pounds and 5'3". So there was no, we didn't talk. I was in the group text with all the ladies, but really I talked to Heavenly more than I talked to Jackie. And so, you know, I didn't see her. So after that event where my heart was broken and embarrassed, you know, and you know, it was Simone. It was not Mariah. It was Simone saying, you need to get in Jackie's ass. Da, da, da. And I was like, and she's shown me who she is. And so when somebody shows you who they are, what do I need? I didn't worship her like some of the rest of them do. You know what I mean? So there was no need for me to have any closure with that. I was like, okay, cool. And I can be around people, I can be around old people who say crazy stuff and be respectful and all that of your elders and still gonna try to put that up being real. That was how I saw it. I wasn't going to go up and cuss that lady out. She's in my mom's age group at her event and make it about me. I was raised properly. I'm a debutante. I curse, but whatever. I was not going to shout in public. That was not going to happen under any circumstances. Because one, then everybody would have been talking about me ruining her book party. It wouldn't have been about what she did, right? And so you let people, be themselves, and you take a beat, and there's power in your silence. And so when I saw her in Cabo, they were like, you need to say something to her about it. We gonna get this scene. And so I did. And I said it very kindly. I didn't appreciate you doing that. It hurt my feelings. And she lost her damn shit. Because Jesus of Nazareth ain't never been called out before,
Which we're going to get to what is one of my favorite moments in all of reality TV. I often quote that scene in my everyday life. But I want us to take care of Simone right fast. So at what point did you feel like, or were there other instances outside of her support of Jackie? Like you said, you felt like she did it because she didn't want her friend to look bad. Professionally, did you feel like Simone wasn't being a friend to you?
When I found out how Jackie found out about my fertility issues, because it was not known, all the lies that your ex, where you still friends with Dr. Heavenly put out there is not true. Just because Heavenly said something doesn't mean it's true. She's one of those people that believes that. If I say it, then it's true. It's not. I had not discussed my fertility with anybody on the show other than Simone. And so I was like, how did Jackie find out about my fertility issues? Because we ain't braiding each other's hair and having sleepovers and talking. We ain't girlfriends. She ain't my doctor. Like, how did she find out? And Simone called me when she was doing a green screen one day, and she was all in a panic, talking about, they're going to blame this on me. And I was like, what are you talking about? I might have told Jackie about your fertility issues on the way to your Fab and Frugal party. And I was like, well, damn, that's just not something you do. You don't. And she said, and that you're sensitive about it. And so to me, it seemed calculated what happened later with the elder OBGYN. And that broke my heart about Simone, because I had a connection with Simone instantly. I felt like, and I had her back. When people was talking shit, I was fighting on Twitter. And I was like, get off of them. Don't talk about Cecil. Like, I was ride or die for them. And when I found that out, that broke my heart. And she didn't seem to think it was like that big a deal, but it was a betrayal of my trust. And no, she was not my doctor. She did not violate HIPAA. So let's clear that up. She's an excellent doctor. She was just not a good friend to me.
And you are referring to Dr. Simone and not being your doctor and not violating.
I don't want anybody mixing that up. She was not my doctor. Neither was Dr. Jackie. Neither one of them violated HIPAA. They were just, not good people.
Now, contrary to popular belief, I think people would assume because I'm around these women a lot that I'm like very knowledgeable, and it is my hope that all of them can attest to that. I really try to run the other fucking way when I see it getting really heavy because I don't ever want to be responsible. And I enjoy making my money. So, all the other shit I don't really give a fuck. I'm trying to piece together something in my brain where I feel like maybe did I hear somebody say it in a live or something like that where you had spoken to Dr. Jackie in a consulting or like in passing, maybe in a scene that wasn't added. My brain can't fully paint it, but you're saying that you never spoke to Dr. Jackie ever about.
That's a lie. It's an absolute lie. And, because I'm not a litigious person and need other people's money, I didn't sue for any of that. Those are lies. And it made me, it was an effort to take the negativity and the awfulness and the brutality of what Jackie did away by saying that I had because listen, let's play devil's advocate since you said that earlier. If I had, did she ask me if she could tell a group of strangers at her book reveal party? My business. Like, you can use your pain for your profit, but don't use mine.
I don't think that's the same. I think it's
pain
for your purpose.
That's the same. That is, I said what I said. Don't use my pain for your profit. And the irony of it's a book about women's health, and you go and out some woman in front of a group of strangers. And because it was so horrible, people had to believe it was staged or it was no. She came for me. She came for me, and she came for me because I believe she has. Anyway, you say you're talking about Simone. Child, we'll get into this woman later. She is my mortal enemy. And I know she don't lose one night's sleep about me, but I'm a Capricorn and I do not like that woman. She is not a good person, but go ahead.
I've really been trying to ease my way into this.
Sorry. And yes, I'm giving bitter people. Yes, she's bitter and wealthy.
Bitter and wealthy. We're going to unpack this later. We're going to unpack this. But before we get to unpacking that, let's unpack this. Toya Bush Harris. I love saying her full name. I really do. It's something that just rolls off my mouth. Toya Bush Harris.
Toya is fun. She's the quintessential doctor's wife. She's a pretty girl who got her husband. And I don't understand why people give her so much grief about living a soft life. Black women should be allowed to. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with Toya being able to spend money and shop and quote unquote not work? But we all know she worked. She worked just like everybody else on the damn show. She made good money on the show, but you can't say that on the show. But anyway, like she is, I think, what Mariah envisioned of a doctor's wife on the show. You marry a doctor and you live a soft life and play tennis all day and take care of your kids and shop. I mean, that's true tea. That's what a lot of bras want. Hell, I got that life too. Exactly. You want to be taken care of. And so I just happen to have done well in business, and have my own money as well. But I don't pay no bills, right? I don't pay all the bills. And like, I think I think the show has gotten away from the doctors' wives and the doctors and the tension that exists between the two, because we live the same lives that they live, but we didn't have to go to school all that time. We don't have to work 14, 15, 20 hours a damn day. We not looking haggard because we can go to the spa. You know what I mean? Like and that's why they hate on her, because they want her life. And I don't care what none of them say. They gonna say she a gold digger. Are their husbands gold diggers? Because they paying bills over there too.
Who are you talking about?
I mean, the doctors and the dentists.
Next on the list is Quad Webb.
I liked Quad. She's so sweet. I didn't have any problems with Quad at all. When we were on the trip in Cabo, I made sure that my husband, walk me and Quad around. Like she didn't have a guy with her. And so like, no, I didn't have any problems with Quad. And Mariah never said anything negative about Quad to me. So it was, like the rumors said, she was nice. We didn't have any problems. I think Quad is somebody that has a lot of potential in television.
I would agree. And I mean, she's shown that potential with her being on shows like Sister Circle, and she had her BG collab years ago. And the cookbook, she definitely has that TV, especially daytime TV type of thing about her that I really hope takes off for her.
And acting, I think she'd be an amazing actress. She's beautiful.
Quad is stunning. As we are always locked into the streets on what's going on in Married to Medicine, what is your reaction to seeing Quad's treatment this season with them bringing back her ex-husband and his new wife, and her now no longer being on the show as of now? What's your reaction to that?
The messy producers, but I mean, they messy, and I hate to say it, but it was kind of like a karma moment because the same thing happened to Mariah. And I did see Quad's interview where she said she kind of felt for Mariah now because she understands, how that feels. And I appreciate the honesty with that. It's messy, real messy, to do that to her. However, my husband and I are friends with Dr. Gregory, and I like sweet tea. So
next on the list is
they're both psychiatrists.
Yes.
In Atlanta. But go ahead.
I've met Sweet Tea like at BravoCon. I'm sorry. I met Sweet Tea at BravoCon, like face to face, and I've chatted with her on social media here and there, very light conversations. I've always enjoyed the idea of Sweet Tea being on the show. Of course, I feel for Quad.
Yeah.
Two things can exist at the same time, everybody. I feel for Quad. Like, I feel for Quad because if I was somewhere where I have been working for a decade and I feel as though, and people feel as though my life and my story has contributed to the success of this show, and now y'all are bringing back someone who I said on this platform allegedly abused me and did all these things, you're not only bringing them back, but now bringing their new wife back on the show. I would feel away. However, on the flip side, I enjoy seeing someone who's closer to my age on reality TV. No shade. Me and Sweet Tea could have gone to school together, so I like seeing someone that I can relate to live a fabulous life. I think that's so stunning. And no shade to, I don't want to be an ageist because it's not about that. Because watching these women on the show for years, they've inspired us all, myself included, on what can be attained as a Black person. However, seeing Sweet Tea and seeing people like Audra, younger people, for me, it's a little bit more relatable. So I love the idea of adding a person who was young, a young wife who's not a doctor, who's not a business, who's just a wife to the show. I like that idea. I did.
Yeah, I think it's great. But I mean, like you said, two things can exist at the same time. It's messy. And
as fuck.
Yes, real messy. But those producers have shown they're messy. Like it was, it's messy to Mariah. And so I don't think anybody on the cast is safe. I mean.
Next on the list is Dr. Contessa.
She's so sweet until she grabbed my neck and cussed at me and yelled and told me to get over my miscarriages when she has 3 beautiful children at home. Other than that, I liked her and was very supportive of her. When her husband was acting up, I was the only one that was like, girl, you need to tell him how you feel and da-da-da-da-da. And not she was doing anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with her wanting to go back to school and doing whatever. But she's bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, fabulous, beautiful. But she and I will say this, Contessa, after the show, off camera where it counts, apologized to me. So we good.
But take us back to that night, because it was honestly, Buffy, and please don't be offended when I say this, it was like something out of a soap opera. Everything just felt so mellow, dramatic. How did you and Contessa end up in that moment of contention towards each other?
I mean, the producers kept bringing up the Jackie stuff to me and, talking about my 6 miscarriages and you need, they were like, they wanted to make me cry and they succeeded when they wanted to. And it wasn't because some broad said I was fat or whatever. It was about talking about my dead children. And I'm just going to be honest with you. That shit is fucked up. It is. And, you know, my husband and I are people who really wanted to have children of our own. And, you know, I was over it. I was ready to go. Production wouldn't let me leave. And Toya was gracious and was like, because she wouldn't let nobody in her house at that point. Everybody was outside. And she was like, come in the house. And, you know, we went downstairs in her closet and she was about to fix my makeup. Real sister, nice black girl. Like, I got your back. I understand kind of moment. And next thing I know is clunk, clunk, clunk. Bigfoot Contessa bringing her ass downstairs. She's still crying. What are you still crying about? You need to get yourself together and da-da-da. And I'm like, bitch, you was crying about your husband not supporting you go to school. I'm crying about my dead children. And you yelling at me and telling me to get myself together. And at that point, my last miscarriage was 2 years before I was on that show. And so I was getting things like, you should be over that by now. I was getting like, no, and like y'all black, like, that's why black women don't talk to each other about that shit, because we have this stupid thing where we have to be sharp as iron and strong as steel, and it's killing us. It's okay to have human emotions. So anyway, she did all that, and you know, I lost it. I couldn't believe she grabbed my neck and was screaming at me, and she said something really horrible to me. She, you know, was like, get down on the floor and let me rock you like the babies you'll never have. Like, y'all didn't, they cut all that out. Like, these women really went for the, you know.
Contessa said that?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. She said it. There's no, I'm not saying alleged shit. This shit happened. I dare a bitch to sue me. I will tear everybody ass up. I didn't say no. I could own Bravo. A bitch could own Bravo right now from the shit that happened to me. And I didn't, because I'm not going to do that to black women. Nobody gives me credit for that fucking shit. Okay. But anyway.
Buffy, hold my hand as I seek to understand more. Here we go. At what point did you realize that this space called Married to Medicine, filming season 7, was no longer conducive to your journey, your feelings, your experiences as relates to you trying to build a family and your past trauma? When did you realize that?
Cabo. Not even at the event when Jackie said it, because the other women were shocked, and like, because nobody knew that except Simone. Everybody visibly was shocked that she said this and immediately were supportive of me. And so I thought, well, it's just one person, so maybe I'll be okay. You know what I mean? But then we got to Cabo and I saw they were just they're going to do whatever they can. Like, Heavenly really, I just didn't think, I thought Heavenly would have been quiet. I didn't believe what she did in Cabo. I still to this day can't believe what she did in Cabo. But, you know.
Are you talking about when she was defending Dr. Jackie at the table?
Yeah, there's stuff y'all didn't see.
Like what?
Like, she said, Jackie didn't lie, your uterus don't work, do it. And that was when, yeah, like just evil shit. Like evil shit. Like we're at dinner in another country with a group of friends, not 200 people that I don't know. And all I said was, I didn't think that was a good thing for you to do. And I got that kind of smoke. And so for me, I was like, I'm in a different universe. Like, what am I doing to these people? Like, why do they fucking hate me so much? I was kind to everyone, showed up on time to work, was not disrespectful, kept my shade light. And we all know I can shade. And I didn't do what I really can do because I was the newbie on the block. But goddamn, Heavenly. And then immediately after they said cut, she was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, fuck you, bitch. Do anything for a fucking check. Like, there is no way I would ever say that to another woman. Ever. Never.
So in realizing that in Cabo, this environment may not be the most conducive, with you serving and friend of, we're trying to see where this is going, why didn't you stop participating in the show and going to filming and going to the scenes and things like that? Why didn't you just like remove yourself why didn't you remove yourself after Cabo?
Because I'm a Capricorn and I was like, these bitches ain't gonna break me. That's why. And I'm gonna make it to the reunion so I can get my get back, but they weren't gonna allow me to do that at the reunion. And so that was why the reunion was where I was like, I'm done. Yeah. because I asked to speak first because I knew Jackie was going to have some magnanimous lawyer-driven statement to say. And if I said what I wanted to say after she said that, I would just look petty and like a horrible person. So I had to just be like, okay, thanks. So they didn't permit me to speak on my own experience on the show. And so, whatever.
Going back to Contessa, she has since apologized. And as of today in 2024, you guys are good.
Fine. Yeah, I think I'm like Toya in that if somebody really apologizes off camera, not for the show, not for the gram, and really, was like, she said, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just, and I understand now that I've done a season of the show. It's adrenaline, and you're trying to get a story. You're trying to be on camera too. This little new girl getting too much shine. The camera's following her too much. We got to break that shit up. I get it now. I get it.
Next on the list, we about to heat this bitch up, is Dr. Heavenly Kimes.
I loved Heavenly when I first met her. Heavenly and I she invited me to lunch before I started on the show. We got along famously. She came over to my house, met my husband. She gave me some tips. I'll say, actually Heavenly gave me more tips about the show than Simone did, if I'm honest.
Wow.
Yeah. And
I said, oh, wow.
I thought Heavenly and I'll fight and that's fine. And it'll be fine. And then we'll go back to whatever. I didn't think she would go for the jugular like she did. I thought it would be like when she was saying, well, your house manager gonna sleep with your husband. I didn't care about that because I know that's not the case and stuff like that. I know she was just doing her, thing. And I just laughed it off and was like, you're hilarious and stuff like that. But, I saw another side of her that I didn't care for. And so, yeah, I hated it because I actually like Heavenly. I like personality types like Heavenly and are loud and, just, you would hope are authentic and boisterous and like want to, have fun and, be a little messy. I'm okay with a little mess, but like not to the level that it was taken with me.
So everyone knows that Dr. Heavenly is Dr. Jackie's biggest supporter. Okay, that's her best friend on and off the show. At what point in her defending Jackie did you see the relationship between you two take a turn?
Cabo.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Because she texted me and was like, be strong and stuff like that. Heavenly was actually fucking nice to me until Cabo.
Have you been back to Cabo since then? I wouldn't want to fucking go back.
Yeah, no, we go to Cabo. My family, my aunt has a house there. So yeah, my family goes to Cabo.
Okay. All right, debutante. Yes. I love it. Okay, so over the years, like I said earlier, I have served as Dr. Heavenly's main content creator for her YouTube channel, her websites, her social media. I've been her social media manager to the extent of, and I've never actually said this publicly. So, I helped come up with, and this is my approach to all of my clients. And I actually do want to say this publicly because I know a lot of people know that I help a lot of people out with their social media, and it may be assumed that I'm the one who's encouraging the intent of content. And I just want to clarify this. In all of my clients, I take whatever their intentions are for social media and what their approach is, and I just make it look pretty, So in your case, Buffy, you want to talk about, and I'm just assessing in real time. You want to talk about Married to Medicine. Okay, well, and talk about Married to Medicine. Let's try to relate this back to whatever you want your convertibles to be. So let's try to relate this to a passage in your book, or tell people to go watch more on YouTube. Or do you know that if on YouTube you can put your shop down there and stuff like that? I help more with infrastructure, aesthetic, not necessarily, hey, get on live and say this. I don't get into none of that. But going back to my question, in me serving in that capacity with her and being around her, I used to see like in the comment section, and sometimes people would come in the chat and say that, Buffy's talking about Heavenly on social media. What has been your expressions of the Dr. Heavenly on social media, and what is y'all's relationship like today?
We don't have a relationship. She don't even say my name. She says that B girl. I don't even want to say her name. I I don't understand why people don't think that I have the right to be a content creator. And also, like, it's not like my name is not always in Heavenly Mouth, too. Like, she may not say the full name, but she stayed dragging me with Carlos King and whomever else. You know what I mean? Like, and so why can't I hit back? So, you know, if you're going to monetize talking shit about me, why can't I do the same? It's business. As she would say, it's just business. So, you know, we don't have a relationship and won't.
What are some of the things that you said about her on social media? I've never gone and looked, Buffy. I've never seen it. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I'm just, you know, she ain't gonna consume all of it. Sometimes it'd be too much for me. I got paper tissue nerves.
No, I mean, it's always in retaliation to something she said about me.
You. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going out there and like maligning her character, talking about her businesses or anything like that. I'm not gonna do that. But I mean, if she's talking shit about me, I'm gonna be like, you know, talk shit about her. So, you know, it's like I call the dentist or, you know, whatever. It's light shade. It's not like end of the world stuff. But you know, I don't fuck with Heavenly. I don't like her. She disappointed me. I thought she was different than what she is. I get that she's doing a job. I get that, but there's a certain line that anybody that's a human shouldn't cross sometimes.
Understood. All right. We went from heating this bitch up and we just finna blow it all the fuck up, okay? Next on the list is Dr. Jackie Walters.
If I still cover your eyes. Look, I'm gonna be fair and balanced, honey. I'm gonna be fair.
No, listen, don't let my reactions deter you from
saying no, they're not. You should tell that I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. No, that's not.
No, got shit to do with you.
No. That's not going. No, I'm not influencing that way. But I will. I think I've been fair and balanced to everybody. Like, I don't fuck with Heavenly, but I said good things about her. You know what I mean? Because I believe those things to be true. Like, I think she's smart. The bitch is smart. I think she made more money than everybody on the show when they first started. Dentists make a bag, and they don't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I can respect her hustle. Anyway, Jackie. If there wasn't my first meeting of her and what she did in that interview, I, like everybody else, I liked her. I liked what she represented, being classy and poised, you know, and having a nonprofit and giving back to the community and being somebody, you know, with a soft voice, but, you know, will get you together. Like, you know, like my mama would do, you know, like you look at you and just, you know, read and get you together elegantly. You know what I mean? And like, people need to see that, like, Black women are not a monolith. You need to see the different types of Black women. And so I respected that about her. And I still, you know, that's fine. But for me, I feel like if she would be her real, true, full self, she would be more relatable to folk. If she would let out that she really is messy and still be gentle and quiet with it, I could have respected her more if my stuff didn't happen. So, you know, yeah, my first impression was that she was classy and she got the girls together. She ran the girls. You know, they say she ran. I run the girls. She was the leader.
What's going on, y'all? This is the head of the charge here, Oliver Twixt, letting you know that my song Hydraulics drops everywhere next week, Friday, January the 19th. Scan the code to pre-save now. Come on, y'all. Help me get this bitch on iTunes.
Let's get it in ride. Come on. Hydraulics. Come on. Hydraulics. Hydraulics, baby. Come on. Hydraulics, baby. I'm a superstar.
Okay, so give us the unedited recount of what happened that night when Dr. Jackie got on the mic and began to reference, as I'm describing it, your medical journey.
When Dr. Jackie got on the mic and did the public autopsy of my uterus for public consumption and to promote her book about women's health, I was dumbfounded. I was shocked. I was hurt. And I couldn't believe that it happened. And I just was not going to make a scene. And I am a professional. And, you know, it happened. And I just assumed that I would hear from her the next day, that she would say, can I come over, or call me or something. Not that we had that relationship, but when you've done something like that, you would think that you should reach out to the person off camera and be like, that slipped out, or it came out the wrong way, or I'm so sorry. That never happened. And to look up to somebody who's older, and that's not a read. When I say elders in the Black community are respected people.
Yes, they are.
And so to have her not think I was worthy of her contacting to make sure I was okay off camera, to say I didn't mean it that way or whatever, spoke volumes about how she felt about me.
So, because I've heard different stories.
Of course you have, darling, because you heard from that other couch. Go ahead. What have you heard? Okay, lies.
You know what? No, actually, I've never talked to either one of them about you. Actually, I haven't. I've never.
Of it all.
Well, I mean, not like that. Now, what I will say, and we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this a little later, because I'm gonna say it, but don't hold on to it, because I'm a take us past that point. But I did, when all this shit was going on with Dr. Jackie, and I didn't know because I work on social media, but baby, I can't look at all this shit. It's just too fucking much. Okay, I got my own worries of my own, so I can't get into everybody's business. But all I saw was like the headlines of, you know, Dr. Jackie getting dragged, and I saw Buffy. I ain't gonna say who I text, but I did text him this. And I can't wait to see your reaction. I said, Buffy going to hell for fucking with Dr. Jackie. Okay, Buffy is going to hell for fucking with Dr. Jackie. That's probably the most I've ever had a convo with somebody else on the show about Buffy. So I said all that to say I don't know exactly what I'm remembering about what happened that night, but I have you here right now. Tell us what happened. You being there, fuck the show, what we saw, what happened that night as she gets the mic and walks up and begins to speak. What did she say? What do you remember her saying?
You know, Buffy, you can relate. You're infertile. And there's, you know, it was very intentional. It was very targeted. The word infertile, you know, has very many meanings. Like, you bear no fruit. You don't contribute anything. It's not just you have difficulties with a pregnancy. And I saw the shade, read through it, understood it, was very clear. And, you know, she tried to later say she was trying to relate to me. And it's like, Jackie, I'm a successful business person. You couldn't relate to me on that. You couldn't share, you know, you're a young, successful business person. I was a young, successful business person. You know, we both have a similar aesthetic in interior design, because she asked me where I got my couch from in my house and all this, and love my interior decor in my home. Like, it's plenty of stuff you could talk about, right? You know, I do flower arranging. You started doing that after me. Like, there's plenty of stuff you could have said other than that. And so, yeah, that's what happened.
Did you go up to her immediately after that and
I
talk
tried
to her about
and God stopped me. Yeah, I did. I walked to try to go up to her, and Quad stopped me. And that was where you see me and Quad talking about, yeah, she was like, well, how do you know about this? And, you know, I think Quad was like, but they protect Jackie. Like, Quad, and that's fine. I get it. Yeah, I've never held anything against Quad for that, because she actually was being nice to me. She was like, well, do you think you'll adopt, and say all this stuff? And I know people, they don't know what to say. And so, you know, she was trying to be kind and try to steer it a different way. Because, yeah, I was not wanting to make a scene, but
I'm sorry. I started smiling because I can just see Quad doing this. Like, yeah. I can see her doing
did it. And so I was trying not to make a scene, but I was going to say something to Jackie, and Quad stopped me. And then I was just like over it at that point.
So at that point, you hear Dr. Jackie say this on the mic. You were not in this moment knowledgeable that, as you said, Dr. Simone had went back and told her this information. So what was going on in your head, and what was your conversations with, hopefully, production about, you know, how has this information now landed in front of the camera? Because if I know I hadn't spoken to anybody about it, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Did you have that approach?
Yeah, I did. I was like, how did this happen? I mean, what's going on? Why would she do that? Y'all, and I was like, you know, what are y'all going to do about this? And I got very little support from production in regards to that. Jackie is she's untouchable. And nobody, they were like, oh, do you need to see the NBC psychiatrist and stuff like that. But there was no, that was fucked up. We're so sorry that happened. We're gonna let you, it was, oh, we got a show now for them. So we got Jackie doing something, it's other than Curtis cheating on her, now she actually working. And so we gonna run with this. You little girl, you be all right kind of vibe. So, but yes, I did speak up. I sent emails. I had my attorneys. I was not happy. I was like, how is this allowed? Yeah.
Let's get on the plane and go to our favorite place, Cabo, which is the place where, Buffy, feel free to virtually slap me in my face. I give you full credence. One of my favorite, and this is just one of my favorite quotes just to say when I want to embody how over something I am. Buffy, I receive it. Done with it.
She stole that line from me.
Buffy, what you talking about?
I said that to Toya with that whole Jocelyn issue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool. So that makes it even worse. So it was really cutting. It was like, yeah, read, bitch. Read. Use my own shit against me. Yes, read. It's even more iconic now. I'm gonna give it that. It's even more iconic now.
Okay, just going in the vein of you saying Dr. Jackie took that from you, we just gonna go with that just for these 5 seconds. Bitch, she was slicing your ass up, okay? Bitch, you brought your ass on this show and trying to get me together on my shit and trying to do all this and call me out at my dinner table in Cabo. No, I'm gonna use yours against you. Boom!
And she did.
I don't know if she intended that. I'm just being silly, but
no, she did. But yeah, she read and I was just like, God damn, it's like my damn grandma cussing me out, child. Damn, you God damn.
Buffy, I receive it. I apologize.
And I'm done. I'm done.
Let's
eat dinner. It was iconic. I'll give a bitch that. It was iconic. She did that.
I'll post that very often in my Insta.
She read me for Phil. She did, honey. But should she have? No. But because it wasn't like I was like, you fucking old ass bitch. How the fuck you gonna talk about my uterus? Your shit don't work. That ain't what happened. I said I didn't think it was appropriate and it hurt my feelings. And then I got that response. People talking about I'm melodramatic. That shit was fucking melodramatic. Like, girl, all you had to do was say, I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention, and be done with it. You ain't got to try to kill me because I dare speak up to Jackie of Nazareth. It's too much. It's too much.
Let me ask you this, being devil's advocate, in your pursuit and having whatever conversations you were having with Dr. Jackie, with production, from the other side, that being of Dr. Jackie or Dr. Headley or whoever is in more support of that stance, did you see, or understand where maybe your way of going about it probably could have been antagonistic? And this isn't something I've heard. I'm just in this moment asking this question, trying to be devil's advocate. No?
I don't understand how I didn't say nothing to your ass until you hear producers say, Buffy, you need to ask her. Y'all gonna either have a dinner tonight or y'all gonna get a check. Choose. This is what the production said. Y'all bitches gonna fight tonight. Like, it basically is what they was like, you gonna say something. And I was like, no, I'm not, because I didn't give a fuck. I was like, whatever. Jackie don't like me. That's good. I'm not like everybody else where I gotta like kiss her ass. It's fine. She doesn't have to like me. And Contessa was like, Buffy, I'm sorry, I gotta do something messy because they give brides notes. And Contessa brought it up. I didn't bring it up. Contessa brought it up. And so I was then like, okay, I didn't like it, Jackie. It was wrong. I didn't care for it. That was it. I didn't even give much. I wasn't antagonistic. I wasn't mean. I was still respectful of her, even though she had shown me no respect. Right. And all that, devolved. So yeah, but no, she got that. She ate with that line. She did. And it's even more iconic now.
What else happened at that table that we did not see?
So, Heavenly always, she's, whatever their contractual relationship is with Jackie. So she can defend her and say what she needs to say so Jackie can still look like she's, holier than thou and above all the fray. Jumps into something that had nothing to do with her. And I was still even like respectful of Heavenly. I was like, Heavenly, this ain't got nothing to do with you. You need to stay out of it. This happened to me, not you. It happened to me. You can't tell me how to feel about this. And she was like, well, you shouldn't have said it tonight. And I'm just like, she shouldn't say what she said. And then Heavenly said, well, Jackie didn't lie. Your uterus don't work, do it? And that was when I said that was team too much. They edited, you can tell that was chopped up. And so she said that. And then I said, now that was team too much. And that was when I lost my debutante status and told her, shut the fuck up. And I was tired of her goddamn mouth. Mm-hmm. That part did air, but nobody seems to remember that. They all just remember I cried about my babies, but they don't remember I cussed Heavenly ass out. And everybody take the shut the fuck up when I said that because they hadn't seen that side of me. So.
I do remember seeing that. I just saw it today when you said shut the fuck up, Heavenly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God. We then see you and Dr. Jackie have a final conversation at Toya's housewarming at the finale. Answer me this, and I think this is everyone's question. Why wasn't her apology at the table and that conversation at the reunion enough for her to get back, if not in a good grace, at least not in a place where you're in 2023, 2024, still reading her up and down on the social media? Did you not feel like her apologies were sincere? Did you just not want to take it? Why isn't any of those apologies that we've heard her say on camera, on the television, have not been enough? Or are they enough? You just like, fuck it.
So do you think that when somebody says the iconic line that was said, I've apologized. That was the apology. It wasn't a Buffy, I'm sorry. It was, I've apologized. I'm done with it. Now let's have dinner. That was my apology. You think that's a good apology? It's like this. I get that it's TV. Mm-hmm. And they had been doing it for 7 years. And it was my first season. And I was a friend. And I didn't have the expectation I was going to be gutted on television. Like, it was like those bitches were like, we're going to call her fat. I didn't care about that because my husband liked my fat ass. Her husband's going to cheat on her. That ain't never happened. And they saw they couldn't get it. So it was like, we got to figure out what the fuck. They was like, has the bitch ever filed for bankruptcy? Nope. Ain't never done that. The bitch actually got money, actually was fucking successful. Isn't a lie about any of that. So the only thing they could get me on was my lack of being able to bear children. And to go for that and run with it was horrible. I'm sorry, but not fucking sorry. It was horrible, especially from Black OB fucking GYNs, women who take an oath not to do any harm to women like me who are suffering. So no, fuck her. That shit wasn't no good apology. And after Cabo, I didn't fucking hear from Jackie. Like, bitch, you could have called me. You had my fucking phone number. You could have called me and said, yo, it really wasn't like that. It was because it was nothing. There was nothing real about it. It was, I'm doing what I got to do to keep my check and to keep my whatever, how I'm perceived. And that shit at the reunion, like I said, they didn't let me speak first. I was pissed about it. I should have known better anyway. She's their number one, whatever. And so I was like, fine. You can let somebody apologize to you and, they can move on with their life and that's fine. And I move on with my life, but I don't have to fucking forget. I don't know why everybody thinks I have to fucking forget. I don't like the bitch. I don't. She did evil shit to me and I will never like her. And I don't care if people are like, oh, you should be over that. Stop telling Black women to get over shit. I'm grown. I am a whole person. I experience a whole range of emotions. And if I don't fuck with somebody, I don't fuck with them.
That's your choice. A woman once said on Married to Medicine, this is America. I get to choose who I fuck with. Dr. Simone said that.
Simone is hilarious. I do still like her.
So, and I want to get this correct. You acknowledge Dr. Jackie attempted to apologize, has expressed an apology, has given you an apology. Toya's house, the reunion. You are saying
Toya's house was not an apology. No, I did not acknowledge that. Toya's house was not an apology.
You don't feel like that was an apology?
Hell No, child, you have no idea what happened. None.
What happened?
No, y'all don't.
That's what I'm saying. Help me. Listen, this is a safe space. We're trying to understand how you understand.
Okay, I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't realize that they were gonna make that like I didn't realize 3 cameras were gonna be following me the whole time at Toy's party. Dumb new girl didn't know, right? Just didn't fucking know. Why is everybody following me? Simone goes up to Jackie and says, "You need to make this right." I did not. Everybody keeps saying you kept asking. I didn't ask her for an apology. She showed me who she was. I knew who she was, and I wouldn't fuck with her no more. Now fuck with her. That's fine. And Simone brings me over to her, and production is going around that circle, going around us. Buffy, tell her how you feel. Putting the iPad up, saying, I'm like, she's talking about herself because she has.
Are you saying iPad on the notes?
Yeah, she has no capacity for empathy for other people, and in my opinion, and in my interaction with her, and she, was talking about herself and like, I would never do this, but you did do it. Blah, 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 and looking very annoyed, like, why am I having to say this again? And I'm like, I didn't ask you. And they're like, tell her your story. And then I told her, I was like, I looked up to you like as an elder, and then you're an OBGYN. For you to do this and then treat me like I did something wrong was hurtful to me. As a young Black woman looking up to somebody older than me, that's professional, that's a pillar in our community, that shit broke my heart. It did. And then for me to get backlash when you're the one that caused the shit. And, I said, when I, had my last miscarriage, she said, I've had miscarriages too. Like, it's like, I was like, can you not be here and witness me in this moment and just let me tell you how I feel, since they begging me to do it, instead of making it a fucking competition? She could not. Mm-hmm. So no, it wasn't no apology at Toya's.
Got you. And thank you for sharing. The apology at the reunion. Or the attempt to apologize, whatever she gave an apology.
Apologized at a reunion, a lawyer statement, and gave an Academy Award winning performance. Yep, she did, and I said I accepted. Yep,
and you said you accepted it. And even what you saying you accepted it, it's still up and motherfucking stuck.
I don't like her.
I want to, before I continue on with our questions, I want to go back to my original, my earlier statement where I said about Buffy going to hell, right? And I was playing Ken. No. Like, I was just Ken, just being funny. But this is why I prefer more so interviewing reality TV people versus talking about reality TV people, because you get these clips, you get these headlines. Of course, all of your experiences begin to flood in and you begin to form opinions, right? And so I'm always of the stance of, okay, I may not agree, but at least let me try to understand how this person is seeing it, right? And granted, in this grand scheme of, Dr. Jackie, Buffy, pregnant women, all those things, these are topics that I have never lived, will never live, can't live, don't want to live, and I don't feel like it is right for me to ever extend my opinion on it, on a life that I'll never be a part of. It's not fair. My only wish in these type of topics that don't necessarily pertain to me, as well as to everybody, is just everybody's have some type of compassion to understand how the other person is understanding, and hopefully we can get to a place where it could be at least cool, right? Said all that to say, in doing more research, looking on the TikTok, looking at the videos, looking at Twitter, looking at the YouTubes, looking at some of your videos, looking at other people's videos, I understood more on why people were saying what they were saying about Dr. Jackie. Not saying that I necessarily agree with it, because again, I don't got no uterus. I got dick and balls. I can never spit out a child. And so I don't know what that care looks like. I don't know. I'm not those women. I was not those women. I'm not Dr. Jackie. I'm not anybody. However, hearing them speak, I understood that it was not, at least to me, and this is me probably being compassionate and overly understanding. I was like, okay, this isn't necessarily an attack of fuck her, or we just want to raise it. No, these are things that are affecting Black women and bringing life into this world. From that stance, I understood more of the motivation. And I understand more of you saying, you know, you don't want to mess with Dr. Jackie, you know. I
I mean,
understand.
we're talking
I
about
understand.
when
I understand.
you talking about when Heavenly's video came out and I commented on it.
That is what I'm talking about. Yes. Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm a social media content creator, and so why wouldn't I? And I had prior experience with her in that vein, and so why would I not? I mean, like you said, I got almost 1 million. Why would I? I mean, why are they? They use my uterus for a paycheck. Why the hell I can't? Finally they see her for who she is. Why am I? Why would I not? And I don't fuck with her. Of course, I'm gonna comment on it. Of course, I'm going to comment on it. Not to mention, I have an aunt who died at the hands of a Black woman, OBGYN, who didn't believe her when she said she was in pain and having headaches. And, you know, so yeah, it hit home and it pissed me off that she had the audacity to say some stupid shit like that. And hopefully she didn't really believe that, but, you know, I don't know.
So are you saying that the conversation was already picking up momentum and you just chimed in on what
somebody sent me that clip and I was like, what the fuck, Jackie? It gets worse. You still like you out here, you got the nerve to be on the thing with Kamala talking about you advocate for Black women and Medicaid expansion, and you don't even take Medicaid. And that's fine. That's your prerogative. But don't say you're out here fighting for Medicaid expansion when you don't even service that population, right? Like they should have got Simone to do it, period. And then you saying divisive, horrible, eugenics-like rhetoric of Black women cry wolf sometimes, and we can't trust you, and you trying to get off work. It's like, so what if a pregnant woman trying to get off work? Are you paying the damn payroll? Write the note. Let us. I don't get it. I don't get it. It was so irresponsible. And like, you know, Jackie gets to be on this level where people look up to her and all that, and that's fine. But that comes with responsibility. And you have to watch what you fucking say, right? She ain't new to this. She's been doing this however many years, and she's been on the show for 10 years. And you went on your bestie's platform who covered herself, because like I said, Heavenly is a lot of things, but she ain't stupid, okay? Heavenly is very smart. Heavenly immediately said, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't agree with that, but keep it going. Let's be clear. I don't agree with that. And you still keep talking, like saying crazy stuff. Like that just doesn't inspire confidence. And to me, it showed people the side that I saw that they didn't see.
So, and this is why Buffy, you being here right now is so great, because I feel like we're able to show people, you know, you can be coming from two different things, but you can have a discussion and understand each other. And I'm really enjoying understanding your thought process and how you've been thinking about all this. So, when I first saw the clip of Dr. Jackie, right? Mm-hmm. From my experience, from my standpoint, I got the notion it was more so Dr. Jackie telling Black women, trying to help them. And I know you're going to get me together, but trying to help them in the sense that for those of you who do abuse that you are pregnant or are abusing or may have, see, I don't see, and you got to help me.
Stop. I'm going to help you.
Okay.
I don't want you to say that. Don't do it. And don't get yourself, don't. There is no.
And I just want to clarify, this isn't me saying how I think about it. This is me trying to understand, or at least perceive what I think her intention is in saying it in that video. But you didn't stop me, so go ahead.
Her intention was exactly what she said. And listen, I'm stopping you because it's just dangerous road.
Okay.
Like Black women, like they said, and I'm glad they did the PSA. And you saw I went, or maybe you didn't see, I was asked by Representative Park Cannon to go and speak before this Georgia state legislature about, you know, maternal mortality rates in Georgia and it being number 1 in the nation. And this is serious. Like I had an aunt who was 38 years old who died because a Black woman doctor believed that she was just trying to get a similar thing, trying to get called off work, complaining to complain. When she had preeclampsia, you know, and it was classic symptoms of that. But because we have this old school notion that Black women are superhuman, and don't experience pain like others. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. I believe Jackie is of that mindset. Like, she views crying as weak. She is stoic, and she comes from a different time where she feels like Black women should be a certain way. And old people be wrong sometimes, and that ain't shade. She's my mother's age. I'm just saying. Sometimes your ways, you need to evolve, right? And to repeat the same thing that people that look like my damn husband, we know damn well, are thinking, because it's been taught in medical books. And it to come from somebody that a lot of people respect and look up to is devastating. Especially she in the state of Georgia, when these women are dying left and right. So yes, they dragged her, and rightfully so.
So here's my follow-up question to that. With her, as you say, misspeaking.
I didn't say she misspoke. Nah, don't. Oh, baby, don't do me.
I'm sorry. No. I'm not trying to trap you. I'm not trying to do you. Ooh, Miss Buffy. Listen. I don't want no smoke with you. Okay, I don't want no smoke. I ain't trying to do you at all. Okay, I'm trying to walk very carefully over here with my syntax. Trust me. I'm trying to. So let me back on up. Okay, with her saying those things that she said that you are not in agreement to, which I think I know how you're going to respond, but I'm going to ask you anyways. Does that necessarily speak to the intentions that she has for said community? Can it just be maybe she has these antiquated ways of thinking and she needs to be up to date, and not so much that she has ill intentions or feelings for Black women? I'm just asking a question, because I really want to hear what you have to say.
Damn intention.
You said fuck it.
She ain't new to this. She's had PR training.
So you said there's expectation.
Correct.
Okay.
Bitch, they got your ass talking to the vice president of the damn United States. You shouldn't be fucking up. You're held to a higher standard. You telling me you fucking get over loss of babies. You should know better than to malign Black women's character in that way, to make other people distrust us. Who the fuck cares if somebody trying to get off work? What is it to you? For me, if I was an OBGYN, because they have such high malpractice and because the rate of death is so high, just on the other side of caution, I'd be like, yep, go on here, baby. Lay up, get some rest. We're going to check on you, drink plenty of water, whatever. Why do you have to be the detective? And like, what does it do for you? Like, there's Family Medical Leave Act. There are federal protections in place to allow people who are experiencing medical issues to rest, to get the care that they need. And for you to say something like that and then go and say, I'm ride or die, I'm gonna sing it from the rooftops, is just the epitome of hypocrisy, in my humble opinion. And
so, in closing, as we wrap this section up, I enjoyed this. This is actually the part I was looking forward to. I really did, because I feel like people just see the rah of you and the cursing and the, the personality, all that, but they're not necessarily getting or understanding or open to like the infrastructure behind what they're seeing. And so I've thoroughly enjoyed seeing into your mind. So you are saying, Oliver, it does, the fact that it's being even questioned or investigated whether or not a Black pregnant woman is legit or being honest about how she's feeling for whatever reason, whether she wants to call off work, whatever she wants to do from any doctor, is incorrect. That should never be the stance. The fact that this exists is a problem.
It is a problem. They don't do it to white women. I mean, look at the opioid epidemic. You notice there's not a lot of Black people. It's because we're not believed when we say we have pain. And so when they was prescribing all the meds out and getting paid by that pharmaceutical company to people that don't look like us because they believed them and didn't believe us, look what happened. We didn't get addicted to it like they did. And so it's known in medical history that it's been taught that we are stronger and that we don't experience pain in the same way. And that is not true. We're human beings.
And so I think I'm going to hit a home run with this. I love doing this. I really do. So you're saying that instead of her saying, Black women, in order to be successful in this realm of being pregnant, instead of her saying, don't abuse your pregnancy to get off work and things like that, she should have been more so tearing down that infrastructure within the medical world of people even entertaining or talking about or trying to present as fact or something that exists, that being Black women abusing being pregnant to get whatever personal wishes they want, getting off work or things like that, or them overhyping their symptoms. You're saying that should have been not even brought up, not even encouraged. Y'all need to do this. Is that what you're saying?
She shouldn't have that thought pattern. But I ain't cleaning shit up for Jackie. I mean, she made her bed. She got to lie in it like I have to lie in mine every day. And so, she knows she shouldn't have said that. It was irresponsible. And, it just, she knows that rhetoric is out there and she shouldn't have repeated it. Too many people look up to her. And again, when you are at a certain level of whatever, there comes responsibility with that. You don't get all the shine and the damn near worship that all those people do with her without the responsibility. And so you have to be very careful. And she has had media training. She should know better. And shame on her.
Kitty should leave your boxing gloves at the house, okay?
Need a daily fix? Get in the mix with Twixt, a live digital digest of queer commentary on reality TV and social media.
I do have to play devil's advocate just a little bit. I think Nene is above Tiffany Pollard.
Really?
Let me tell you something, bitch. If you hit me, I'm gonna hit you so hard, you got to go get your man.
Live every Monday night, only on the Oliver Twixt YouTube channel. Watch and listen as myself and my bestest squirrel and girlfriends get into our favorite guilty pleasures.
I know in working with children, we were always taught like children learn behavior through two things, for what's taught and what's allowed.
As for me in my house, we would serve the Lord.
You see what I'm saying?
What is like the main key advice that you would give?
Get a lawyer.
And you just never know who was going to stop by in the mix.
You know what, Sam? We're gonna go to you first.
Let me say something right now. Just watching the show, my butthole was in a knot.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a lot. So buckle the up because I have so many opinions on this.
Don't miss a good laugh and some exclusive tea.
I have another phone call that I actually have recorded.
I think she's still in the back, Dr. G. I'm waiting on her to get back on too.
Get in the mix with Twixt every Monday night, only on the Oliver Twixt YouTube channel. See you there.
I know we're here talking about reality TV and things like that, but this topic of Black women and pregnancy is something that I'm actually becoming a little bit familiar with because my best friend is pregnant right now. I'm very protective of her, but she had some journey. I'll say she had journeys with creating life, and now that they have life, and she's expressed some of her oh my God, I don't want to get emotional, but she's expressed like just some of her concerns with being a young Black woman who had to go through this process to have a child, trying to find the right OBGYN who will listen to her and say, she's had a history of just different medical situations that does make her pregnancy a little difficult. Mm-hmm. With you being an advocate for this cause, what is it that you can say about it right now?
That there will be a change. People are working on it. You be very protective of her. Continue to be very protective of her. Be there when she needs to cry, because Black women are allowed to cry. It's not weak. Sometimes you just emotions, you don't feel well. Let her continue to be a good support person for her there, because, I have had one long-term, I made it far and thought that we were going to make it to the finish line, miscarriage. And it's hard to bring life into this world, y'all. It's not an easy thing. And, I can't speak for the women who have made it. I look up to them because I can only imagine how difficult it is to get through 9 months, then to give birth, then to go through postpartum. And there is a lack of support for Black women. It's like we just, have to do it. It ain't nothing. It is. Black women are dying trying to bring life into this world. And so I think they should be protected. They should be believed, and they should be heard, and they should be treated immediately.
What would it take for that. Thank you so much. What would it take for you and Dr. Jackie? What would it take? I ain't gonna say be cool because I don't think y'all ever be cool. But what would it take for you to lay off Dr. Jackie?
Why y'all act like I'm the Jackie Slayer?
Listen. Oh no, you the Max Medicine. You are Buffy the Medicine Slayer. Okay, you don't play with those women. You will chop suey those girl. No.
If they keep my name out their mouth. Because see, people don't realize Jackie talked shit about me on the show for the seasons after I was off the show. The Buffy situation, y'all don't catch that. Y'all just catch Buffy's rah, and she dragging it, and she need to move on. When they move on, don't mention my name. Like, remember, I ain't nobody. I was a little friend. Quit bringing my damn name up, dentist. Elder OBGYN. Simone don't never talk about me, so you see I don't get no smoke with Simone.
Is it fun for you to
Hell yes, therapy. My therapist told me it's good for me. Yup, it's a way to work through my post-traumatic stress of that experience. So, you know, but if they don't bring me up, then you know, it's not like that's all my content. It is not. I built my platform on teaching people about their finances, about credit, about you know, generational wealth. Like,
you know,
I've
seen it.
And I've been doing that for 15, 20 years. So, you know, I wrote a whole damn book about it. So let's not act like I built my social media just on them. It's not. But when they bring it, I'm going to read it as because I'm in a space now where I'm mentally able to do it. They broke me the fuck down, Oliver. They damn near killed my ass. Like, I was like, am I in an alternative universe where these women are coming after me because I am sad about having 6 fucking miscarriages? Like, the gaslighting was on a whole nother level. And it was very hurtful and painful for me. And I know people are sick of hearing about it. And if you are, and if I'm talking about it, scroll the fuck on. I'm good. I built a good following of people that understand that they occasionally a bitch need to pop off as a form of therapy because they was talking about me again. Right? Like, they can talk about me and don't nobody say it's okay until I do it. What's the saying? The TikTok.
It's okay when they do it, but
right. But when my little black ass do it, who gets no empathy, like, fuck you, bitch. Just go buy you a baby. I ain't buying a baby. Like, just, I don't understand why I didn't get any fucking empathy from anybody. Like, she got empathy and she went after me. So I have none for her now.
We are done with the Dr. Jackie portion of this roll call.
Yay, I'm so glad to not talk about her for this minute.
Moving on to Andy Cohen. What are your thoughts on Andy Cohen?
He don't like me.
Really? You think that?
I don't think he liked me. Yeah, when I met him, it was like, yeah, that's cool. He talked about me a lot. There was a topic on Watch What Happens Live a lot, but I was never invited. But it's cool.
You never did Watch What Happens Live?
No, but they talked about me plenty of times. They still talk about me, but I was never invited. No, so but he's Dr. Jackie, ride or die. Like, his imprint published her book. So, you know, I threatened a coin. So there's that. So she's very protected.
What are your thoughts on the production company? I've heard you say throughout this talk, you've mentioned the messy producers. What are your thoughts on the production company? And I'm gonna throw in the network in there too.
I don't fuck with purveyors of pop. They don't fuck with me, and that's fine. Bravo did what they do. That's all I'm gonna say.
Did you ever, and I'm not sure if you said this already, Buffy girl, you got my brain just in a tizzy right now. It's a good tizzy, but you got me in a tizzy. Did you ever pursue any legal things against, I don't know, and I'm just Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, production company, network?
No, I decided that I needed to work on my mental health and get myself back healthy, and not for me to sue them, you know, that's going after a Black woman's legacy in her life, when no matter what they did to me, I wasn't gonna do that. And you know, people were like, oh, she couldn't because of HIPAA. Yeah, I could have sued. Yeah, I could have sued for a lot of things. Trust me, the people was calling, trying to get me to sue. And I just felt like my husband and I talked, and we just felt like it was more important for me to not have to go through that at that time. So we didn't. And I'm just not a litigious person. A bitch got her own coin. I don't need nobody else's.
Right.
What was that gonna do?
Y'all, we are done with roll call.
Sorry it was so long.
Oh no. Listen, I have done over 100 roll calls, and I must say this one goes up definitely in the top 10 of roll calls I've done. Buffy! All right, Miss Buffy, tell us what has been your life since Married to Medicine. You looking good, girl.
Well, yeah, thank you very much.
Amazing.
I was able to heal myself from that pain. Even though occasionally it jumps out. And I, use my pain for profit like they do. And I decided to change my health mentally and physically. And I lost, like I told you, 80 pounds using GLP-1 agonist medications. And I saw that the ladies recently talked about, like, I watched the show. I'm not, no shade.
Oh, you still watch it?
Yeah, Married to Medicine occasionally. Yeah. I mean, and I some of the stuff I'm like, yeah, I'm not an unreasonable person, Oliver. Like I give them kudos when I like when they do like people are saying the medical episodes are boring. I like when they do that stuff.
Those are some of my favorite episodes.
Mine too, because that's the Black excellence that we wanted on the show and on that network. You know what I mean? And so, I kudos to them, even Jackie, when they do that. You know what I mean? But I don't fuck with her, but it's good for them. So yeah, I lost weight and created a company, MRSMD. I own the trademark for MRSMD. Her. And so I've been busy with that with my husband and busy creating content and living life and being happy with my husband, the love of my life, and our 2 dogs. And life is good. I can't complain.
On a lighter note, with you being a content creator, how lucrative is it for you?
It's all right. I mean, it's the coin.
Mm-hmm. What tips would you give people trying to be, actually, let's make this a little bit more niche-y. What tips would you give Black women over the age of 30 on how to be successful on social media?
Be authentic. Invest in good infrastructure, equipment, lighting. If you want people to consume your content, you got to show that you're putting some effort into it. Mm-hmm. Do your research, stay on the trends, and really be yourself. Like, too many people are going on there and faking with this lifestyle creation shit and perpetuating lies that they wealthy and got all this. When wealthy people don't live like that, I know, because I'm one of them. And it's just like, don't stop doing that. It's so overdone. Like, show your real life, be relatable. Some of the most successful content creators that I've seen, like they just are their real selves. And like, if their bedroom's a mess, people see that, they can relate to that. You ain't always got to have everything perfect if that's not who you are. Like, I'm as OCD as Jackie Anna. That's how her life is. I believe that 100%. She's just showing her, and that's why she's been so successful. But everybody ain't Jackie. I am. You know what I mean? Like, be your real self. And, I think talk about politics, talk about shade room comments, people want to talk. People messy. We like to talk about the mess.
Clearly.
Right. We want to talk. We want to hear your perspective and do it in a one-on-one. Do it while you putting on your makeup. Be doing an activity so it seems like it's a FaceTime with a girlfriend.
That's a really good nugget. I really like that.
I'm in bed. I try to be in my bed like, hey girl, what, Baba? Just miss Oprah talking shit, People like that. They don't want it to be like, you invest in good infrastructure, but they don't want it to be overly produced.
I love that. That is so good. That was really good. Really, really, really good. Would you ever go back to Married to Medicine?
If they brought Mariah back.
Oh, child, we know that's not happening.
So there's your answer. Look at your face.
That's not happening.
Oliver, why are you so mad? Look at your face.
That's not happening.
So that's your answer, Oliver.
Even though, and I know my friends over there at Married to Medicine. Did I get louder?
Yes, you did.
Because I just want to be a little bit clear. I know my friends at Married to Medicine will watch this. Listen, the show is entering into its 11th season.
And
it's still a great show. Congrats. Yes, first off, congrats.
Yeah, that's a big fucking deal.
Congrats. That is a huge deal.
Yeah.
And the fact that it birthed from a Black woman filming pilot after pilot after pilot of her own money, that is very commendable. I don't know shit about nothing else, okay?
Me either.
I don't know shit about nothing else. But what I will say is the show is entering into its 11th season. We see the trajectory of things over there at Bravo. I don't want Married to Medicine ever to go off the air. If y'all can ever work out some type of way to allow Mariah the Huck to set one pinky back over there on that show, my God. I'm not going to say it's going to revive the show because I don't know. I can't say I'm a reality TV scientist. Yes, I am.
You know damn well that would be everything.
I'm a reality TV scientist. Yes, the fuck I am.
Yes, you are. Don't dim your light.
But I still want to leave some room for doubt because I hate eating crow. So I only like to be exact about things that I can be.
That's smart.
I don't know if it will, but I have a huge hunch that Mariah appearing back on Married to Medicine, based off of the online comments, the Twitter, the X, the Facebook, the Instagram, the people want to see Mariah. And Mariah is that girl when it comes to reality TV. I promise you, season 11 will have the highest numbers it's had in many years. At least that's what I hypothesize.
Me too.
Bring Mariah back.
Bring Mariah Huck back, y'all. We want to see her. We like her family life, and she brings the mess and the fashion. Okay.
If I ain't gonna get in trouble for shit else, and I laugh because bitch, I can't get in trouble. I'm grown. Grown as fuck. I got grown ass taxes. Jesus.
Yes.
I didn't know it was shaped like this, Buffy.
Oh yes, honey. Yes, Uncle Sam want his money. And
yes.
Too sweet.
Yes. Fuck.
Text me whenever, and I'm happy to give you advice on that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Mariah Huck being back on Married to Medicine would be amazing. It would be amazing. It would be amazing. I'd say that. Yes, honey. Ooh. Oh God. You know what? Just one more thing about Mariah. Because, and this is me watching the show. I don't know. Well, I do know now a lot of these women in real life. But I'm talking about as it pertains to the show. A lot of times I didn't agree with Mariah's attitude and intentions of what she was saying, but the shit was funny.
Right.
The shit was funny.
Yeah. Same
and
we feel about the dentist. Sometimes her whatever, but she funny. She funny. The dentist is hilarious, but she messy as hell and sometimes evil. Definitely. But she is funny and good for TV. I give people their flowers.
And that's the purpose of TV, to be entertained. I said that's the purpose of TV, ultimately, to be entertained.
And so does Mariah. So why y'all can't put her whatever side, let Mariah back? Then I'm just gonna tell you, they would never have me back. Jackie would never have it. They ain't gonna. So, but listen, Mariah, bring her back. We gonna all watch with bells on. Period.
I haven't watched anything in real time on reality TV in years.
Mm-hmm.
I would pay whatever I needed to pay to be one of the people who could say in real time, I saw Mariah Huck get back on Married to Medicine. I would stop whatever the fuck I'm doing that Sunday at 9 p.m.
Right.
Or whenever, 9:15, 9:14. Y'all know they play with the Married to Medicine slot a lot.
Which is so stupid when their ratings are so good compared to others. Right.
I would stop what I'm doing to watch Mariah.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. To laugh and keep. Yes. To see Heavenly and Mariah, go at it. I'll pay good money.
I mean, and at this point, Buffy, bringing Buffy back in a friend capacity. At this point, I mean, no shame. They already got one loudmouth content creator over there. Why not two? Why not
Leave me alone. I love her. She's so sweet.
Listen, I get blamed a lot for Dr. Heavenly being how she is on social media, and I take a little bit of responsibility in the fact that I show her how to turn it on.
Yeah.
Dr. Heavenly is funny.
She is funny. I told you I liked her a lot. I just felt like
funny.
she took it too fucking far with me. Like if anybody I would have probably felt like I would have fucked with post the show, it was Heavenly. Real talk. But she took it too damn far. So
in the midst of all the conversation about whether Buffy is bitter or she has a message, whether she's a villain or she's victorious, whether she's good, she's bad, whatever, what is it that you want people to get out of experiencing you and hearing you tell your story, seeing you create your content, seeing you do your businesses? What is the takeaway you want people to have from the Buffie Purselle experience?
I want people to know that, yes, I have an aspirational life, but it's attainable. And so, when you see me, I was very myself. I don't wear labels in my real life. So I didn't when I was on the show. And I want people to know that, you can have and live a fabulous life without wearing all your assets on your ass. If that's your thing, that's great. But still have a brokerage account with some money somewhere else. I want people to understand that it is not unattainable to have an 850 credit score, to buy your home like you're doing right now, which congratulations, I'm very proud of you, to build generational wealth for your family, to live an authentic, happy life. Life is not about just working, to be able to retire at 41 years old like I did and not have to clock in at nobody's place, and to say, 5 years later, I'm bored, so let me create this new company, MRSMD, you know what I mean? Because I want to do something that, there's only so much volunteering I'm going to do. I decided that I wanted to go back to work, not because I had to. I think that if my little black ass can do it, anybody can. And that's what I want them to get from my content.
I love that. Any message you would want to send to anyone interested in why you
I thought you were about to be messy.
No, Buffy, I'm scared. Okay. Listen, I don't want no smoke, Buffy. I don't want no smoke. My lungs can't take none of it. Okay. Because I would just surrender. I'm not getting you got it. No, what I was going to ask you is what message would you send to people who are interested in joining reality TV, having done it for a year and having the experiences that you had?
Jesus. You gotta have really tough skin, which they got me on a vulnerable level because I do feel that I have tough skin, but not in that department. And so about, if my maternal problems, my challenged uterus, as Heavenly said. I would say have a good support system. Make sure you have good lawyers. Try to have fun. Don't trust no damn body. Ain't nobody your friend. Them producers ain't your friend. They paid to do their job. And if you do it, you better be selling something because the money they pay ain't gonna be worth the drama you go through.
So even though you being on Married to Medicine was not the best, were you able to make money from being on the show? And were there any other great things that did come out of that opportunity?
Hell yeah. Yes, there was a significant, there was enough of the population that related to me and liked me and my husband. And, I attained a Z-list celebrity level. And from that, you can monetize that. And, I'm all about coin and I did it. So, yeah, I'm not going to say that I didn't have any bona fides from having been on that one season, one hit wonder of Married to Medicine. Am I going to lie about that? Yeah, they're, yeah. Like I said, I use my pain and for profit like they do.
I never knew the proper way to pronounce that word. And you said bona fides. Is that correct?
Yes.
I've always seen it. But I never said it out loud, nor did I ever research how to say it. Thank you so much for educating me. I just walked away with at least one thing. That was no. I've always wanted
for the whole 2 hours we've been talking. That's it. That's
right.
it. Like,
Period. I love it. Okay, what is next for you?
I'm going to Japan in March on vacation.
Ooh.
My husband, just life and happiness and helping people achieve. My husband's a psychiatrist, and so he works on mental health, and now we're working on physical health with obesity management. And so, spread my story, and it inspires other people to show again that I ain't nobody special. My name is the only thing that's really special about me. And so if I can lose 80 pounds, you can do it. And, learn to work out and eat better and be healthy, both spiritually, mentally, and physically, that you can do it too. And so I'm going to really put a lot of my time and efforts into that work. And also in my charity work with AYA, which you talked about, introducing youth to American infrastructure. And that's teaching kids that you don't have to go to college. You can get a job in the railroad industry. You can become a bus driver and make $100,000 a year. You can learn to become a pilot. There are lots of jobs in infrastructure that people don't know about, that we need to get back to having shop class and home ec and all these things in school to teach kids that college is not the only way. You don't have to go. And if you want to, that's great. I went to college, you went to college, that's fine. But some people, that's not meant for them. And, they don't need to do that. And they need another way. And there is, where you can have a happy life, where you can pay your bills and take your family on vacation and buy a home and get a new car every couple of years, whatever your dreams are, and send your kids to good schools with careers and infrastructure. And we need these people to do those jobs.
I love to hear things like this. 27 going on 28. Grew up,
baby.
Grew up during a time where in school, going to college was the thing to do. That's what everyone told you to do.
College prep.
You were considered higher on the social ladder as kids if you were college bound, if you did well in school, if you were going to school to become a lawyer, doctor, business person. They didn't really speak about you could be an entrepreneur, you can open up your own store, you can own a mechanic shop, you can do these different things, you could be a social media person, even though social media wasn't really a thing as a job back then. There were people making money, they just weren't talking about it. I love to hear the diversity that our youth, especially our Black kids, are getting as it pertains to the options they can explore in their adulthood when it comes to employment. You don't have to go to college. College ain't for everybody. I only went to school because wasn't nobody gonna talk about me. Because, I've always wanted to be the best, and y'all not gonna say Eddie ain't do nothing. No, I'm going to Morehouse. Thankful for Oprah. Oprah paid my way. But to me, that was like, no, I'm going with that because I don't want to be shunned,
Right. But then there are people that went and have a whole bunch of debt and can't get a job paying them more than $20 an hour. And I just don't want people to fall into that trap, because there are other avenues. I mean, welders make $200,000 a year. Like, you can take a course for 3 months and start a career. And so, that information, I'm very passionate about getting that out there to give kids options.
Buffy, we are at the end. How did I do, girl?
You did great. You was messy, but it's all right.
Yes. No, thank you so much for spending time with me. I honestly have been looking forward to talking to you for a long time. I respect and enjoy people who are opinionated. I pride myself in self-proclaiming to not give a fuck, like truly not a fuck. And so I enjoy talking to people who have different opinions, who have different thought processes, who take different stances, because I'm always interested in the psyche and the infrastructure of how a person is thinking. And you gave me that fixing today. I got a good fixing of it today. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation and hearing you speak. Thank you. Thank you. And it is my hope. Of course, there's mess in here, there's things to laugh at. Ultimately, it's my hope that when people watch this, that they walk away understanding you. You may not agree with it. You may not like everything she said. Who gives a damn? at least you walk away understanding the thought process, the motivations, the intentions, the rationale, the experiences, where she's coming from. And I think you did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Okay, so in my top model interviews, before you go, I always ask people if they were standing before Tyra Banks, what would they say? So for it being now Married to Medicine, if you were standing before...
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Go ahead.
If you were standing before Dr. Jackie right now, what would you say?
I'm not going to accept your apology. I'm done with it.
Let's eat.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Jackie, go on with your life. I wish you the best, honey. All y'all. I wish everybody the best. Stop. Everybody just lay off of me and I will lay the fuck off y'all. I promise you.
Yeah.
I promise you. And when I say y'all, I mean your henchman, your dentist. Run her mouth, shut her down, and I'll fall off of you. I will. I promise you. I will.
Buffy, we send you hugs. We send you love. We send you kisses and warm, all things warm. As we say goodbye to you from the classroom after giving us an amazing, iconic classroom discussion on Married to Medicine. I don't think anyone will ever forget this. I'm surely not.
Well,
thank you
I
so
wish
much,
everyone
Buffy.
the best, continued success. May y'all continue entertaining people and educating on Married to Medicine.
Yes. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share. Invite your friends over here into our chaotic classroom as we get into the things of the things. I appreciate you guys so much. Once again, thank you to Miss Buffie Purselle for coming over here and sharing her story and her experiences. We are so grateful over here in the classroom. And that's all, folks. Until next time, as I always tell you guys, be sure to pray and Kegel. Bye.